first of all, Anton. Did we all see Anton? Because he was there. So I just want to mention that. Howdy, Meowers, and welcome back to another episode of the BlushCat podcast. My name is Desmonezda.
Oh, wow. Hello, Want to say that again?
Desmonezda.
Desmonezda. Hello.
Thank you. I mean, hi.
Wonderful name. Oh, yep. Hi, everyone. Greetings.
Oh, God.
So, why are you here today?
Well, I'm here for the same reason that I'm here every week, to talk about K-pop. Obviously, is that why you're here?
Yes, because BlushCat is a K-pop themed podcast. Right. But what's going on? Why are you Desmonezda?
Well, because I want to be, for one.
Okay,
hello.
fair.
But for two, because we're doing a part switch version today. It's a classic. You know and love it. You've seen it in K-pop. Dance practice part switch version. Maybe if you're lucky, you get vocals part switch version. It's happened before, and it's happening now.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So we're doing a part switch, and this will probably be a little bit more enjoyable if you are a meower. If you regularly listen, it might be a little confusing. If you don't regularly listen, you might be thinking that we're acting like ourselves right now.
But we're not. So, yes, we've switched parts today. That's why I am, taking care of this lovely intro here. Really getting right down to the point, giving you guys all the information that you need. And, we're going to be basically trying to discuss some of our favorite K-pop topics and hot button issues. No. We're just going to be chatting about K-pop, but we're switching parts, trying to sort of give the vibe of the other person. And we will also talk about a few part switch versions in K-pop near the second half of the episode. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk about some dance practices and stuff where they did part switch versions.
Yes, this will probably be a little bit similar to our but I don't remember what we called it, Hidden Truths or something like that episode, the one that we did somewhat recently where we had these things. It was either the truth or a lie, and it was, you know what we did. You were there.
If you weren't there, the episode's still there, so you can go and listen to it.
It's maybe also similar to Dice Breakers.
Yeah. Like it's kind of an inside joke if you're a meower, but also you can just think of it as like we're memeing on the other person a little bit with their viewpoints, but like just flip it and be like, oh, okay, so if this person is kind of jokingly saying this, then that must mean that the other host likes that. The other host does that often. Like that's what, like just flip it,
So yeah, just a little bit of a disclaimer before we start. Like we said, this is for fun. So maybe in reality, the other person doesn't actually quite have these opinions, or we could be getting stuff wrong here. Yes. We could be taking things a little farther than the person might actually take them, or maybe we're not taking them far enough. Who knows? So just keep that all in mind, and let's just get started. Let's talk about something. Is there something that we should discuss together? Is there something you want to hear me talk about? Do you want to talk?
I think I'd like to hear you start this.
Okay.
And I want, the floor is yours. I want you to kind of just like, tell me how you feel about like what is important to you, like bring something up.
Okay. I'm going to talk about things that are too much.
Ooh. Okay,
You know,
okay.
this is kind of a relevant topic because it came up a bit in our recent episode for the March comebacks. We talked about a lot of soloists, and I feel like this is something that I frequently feel with soloists in K-pop specifically. But sometimes things are just too much for me, and so I want to make it clear what some of those things are. I think we all know how I feel about choreography being too much. It it can be too much in a couple different ways. Like, there's To Us choreography. I'm always saying that about it. They just literally are moving too much for me. And I just don't like it. Like, they're moving too much literally in the choreography. But then there's also the moves themselves. Like, when they have swings and lifts and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't find that fun. You don't need to be doing all that. I don't really like it visually. And I also don't like when choreography involves crawling around, distorting your limbs, and like twisting your body every which way. You know, so like I said, it happens a lot with soloists. When it happens, I appreciate it, right? Like, you can give me that. I recognize it. Okay, I know these people like Taemin, like Sunmi, they're good at what they do, but sometimes the visual imagery is just too strong for me. And when they have, you know, their music videos, they really tend to go all out. And a lot of the times I don't even really get what's going on. I don't really know what they're trying to achieve. And so that doesn't add to it for me. And I just don't personally vibe with their style, vibe with their concept. So it can really be too much.
Okay. I personally, I don't get that. But that's, you know, I understand. Like, that makes sense. I like it, but that makes sense.
Okay. I also do want to talk about, of course, I think that can happen with styling a lot too. And I'm somebody that likes bolder street sort of fashion. I'm okay with that. But, you know, I know you tend to like be okay with the really bold things sometimes, like the things that are kind of experimental. But but for me, when it gets to that level, I'm like, now it's just I don't like it anymore. Like, they've taken it too far. Baggy jeans, literally, like, both sides of it. I like baggy jeans, but when NCT did baggy jeans, it's like, it's too far. You've taken baggy jeans and you've turned it into something that I don't like. And so, you know, it can go in the right direction and it can go in the wrong direction. And then there's also the times when it's like a group will be wearing all black or something, or like, you know, all one color, and then one person will have on these like bright pink boots, or somebody will have like neon accessories somewhere or something, and I'm like, why have you done that? Like, you're trying to incorporate color, which I do like when there's color incorporated, but it doesn't make sense. It's not cohesive anymore. And so I think that this is something that can be improved upon.
Yeah, like with you're saying the avant-garde sort of large, I like that, because I'm always, you know, asking stronger concepts, you know.
You do ask for that.
Yeah, I want to see, like, a choice was made and they committed to it. You know, I suppose sometimes maybe it doesn't pan out, but I really do like when they have something that's it's like a moment, it's very distinct. So, but I get what you're saying.
Okay. Well, is there something that you would like to talk about?
Oh, sure.
Anything at all.
Okay, anything. I would like to talk about people that never did anything wrong to anybody and deserve to be cherished by the whole world.
Okay.
Like Anton.
Of course.
But I can name some others. Renjun, Yenon, those type of people.
Mm-hmm, sure.
What did they ever do to anybody?
What did they ever do? I mean, who could argue with that?
Everyone needs to be standing Anton, Renjun, Yenon. I mean, there's other people too.
Right?
Stan Pentagon. And, they're soft, flowery vocals, they're just, it's like how, it's just that they're the type of people that, like I said, who can hate them? Who can be upset by them? It's like, what did they ever do wrong? It's like a puppy, but not in the puppy way. Tay-Ray, that's kind of a little bit more in the puppy way, right? But I'm saying, like, these people should be cherished. And you know what I like? I like cherishable people. It really resonates with me. I know some people like the more like loud personalities, people like someone who's gonna tell it like it is. But you know what I like? That person in the class that, doesn't ever talk, but like is just a nice person, and then if you talk to them you're like, well, they're actually a nice person. That's the vibe.
I wonder why that resonates with you.
It just it's very familiar to me. It resonates a lot. And going off of that, because talking about people that like deserve more recognition and more respect and more cherishing, right?
Let's like Shonu.
I guess, yeah, probably.
Well, he does. He deserves more appreciation. And Jew Honey, obviously.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do say that a lot. Some groups, okay, that deserve CIX, AB6IX, Just Be. What's going on here, okay? Why are they not, like, why do they have to struggle at their comebacks and stuff, Like, why isn't everyone not here for them? Like, what did they ever do?
I mean, I've started to see at least some of the, like, I'm getting there with those groups.
You are. Girl groups, okay? Disbanded or not, where is all the love, or where was the love for groups like Weekly, Wiki Miki, Promise 9, Lovelies? Hello? Like, why do these things have to happen to these groups? Like, why wasn't everyone here for that? Lovelies is, I can't even get into it because I just, but then also, Plav, like, we have to bring up Plav.
How could we really go an episode at this point without bringing up Plav?
I just feel like Plav's entire discography, like, at this point, it's so, I mean, you guys would have seen it on the Meow Monthly.
Yeah, you did write that.
Yeah, the it's like there's no bad songs. Like,
there's really not.
And so how do you turn back? Like, you can't. Plav for life.
Gravity, no turning back. Plav, no turning back. Plav, Plav for life.
And also, I mean, like, now that we're talking about it, I might as well just bring up Misdemeanor and 25/8 just one more time, because, like, those songs, I can't stop listening to them. Like, so there's a lot of, like, I'm really passionate about some of these things, and, like, I'm passionate about, like, getting, like, I wish more people were as passionate about these specific things as I am, because, like, they're not even controversial things. They're just, like, lovely, nice, comfortable, familiar, pleasant things.
Yeah, and that makes sense, because then It's not like you're asking for it to get to the level of, you know, other groups that are so known that it's like, well, okay, everybody knows them. It's like you just want them to be appreciated and recognized enough so that they're stable.
Yeah.
They're at a point where it's like you can keep enjoying it because they get to keep doing stuff because enough people appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have to disband or whatever.
Like when these people, groups, concepts, whatever are so cherishable, it's like, why should they have to struggle? You know?
Yeah.
I understand if something that's a little more controversial or a little bit more dividing. Maybe it's like, oh, sometimes they have something that really hits and sometimes they have something that really misses. But these things, like, they're classics, you know? So, yeah, I wish them all the best because they're just so nice.
That's lovely to hear. I wish that I could be a little more in some of those groups so I could, you know, share that with you. But I totally get what you're saying. I really hope that nothing, you know, goes wrong with your groups, with anything really. Let's just all have some good times. Am I right?
I forgot to mention On Yujin, just saying, because like, how couldn't you not?
Speaking of On Yujin, that's a good topic to bring up.
Really?
Yeah. Why don't you talk about IVE? Because you really love IVE, right?
Oh my God. Ever since debut, like every single one of their comebacks, every album, oh, so good. I've done a track by track, or if go listen to that. Really just like the IVE Switch album.
Oh yeah, that's the one with Ascendio, right? That is a good one.
And Hey Ya. Oh my God, the hand movements, the hand choreography for Hey Ya.
I know
so
you like
good.
that.
It's so it's just so satisfying to look at. I really do love hand choreography, as we know. So yeah, IVE is just On Yujin. Like, she's so great at like so many, like, she's a superstar, you know, she really is. But all of the members, I love, and this recent comeback when they brought the inside jokes into the choreography, like RIIZE gerbil run, like, oh my God, so good. So yeah, I mean, I could listen to IVE all day, every day. Like, I have so many IVE songs in my playlists. Their B-sides are so good.
You don't have all of them?
I mean, I probably have all of them, but like, I don't keep track. I have so many songs, it's hard to really know, you know? My playlist has like, I don't even know, like 3,000 songs or something. So like, it's hard to say. They've got a lot of songs at this point, but their songs are so good. Their choreography is so good. Their styling is so good. Like, I love how, like, they have like for Love Dive and stuff, like they have like a pretty sort of princessy styling a lot of the times, and they have like really beautiful colors and backgrounds and things like that, but it's not full on like you know, classic A-Pink or something. Like, it has more modern elements to it that just make it just really nice. And just the musicality, you know, all of the songs, like the intention. I love that sometimes they do get to include you know, some writing, and they're involved in the songs as well, because sometimes that's a little more rare with girl groups nowadays. So I love that they're involved in that sort of aspect as well. And they're just, you know, once again, like I said, with those other things that I was bringing up, they're just kind of like, it's just nice, you know, it's pleasant. It's like, who wouldn't want to follow such a group with that sort of quality? But then on top of that, when the music is as just incredible as it is, like, what's not to like?
I would definitely say that about Ascendio. Ascendio is really incredible.
Ascendio,
it's really good.
It is really good. The music video was so good. Yeah, it was great. But like I said, all their music is really great. Like, I've loved every concept, like the runway model thing that they had for I Want, and the current one now. Oh my god, Rebel Heart, so good.
Yeah, I'm kind of forgetting about, Attitude. That's pretty good. Attitude is good. I Am is good. Yeah, like, I think IVE is really good. I definitely think they're pretty good. It's just maybe not, like, when they do the whole, they did Kitsch first, they did Rebel Heart first, they did Hey Ya first. Like, those ones, I tend to actually like the ones that are after. But I still think they're good. Like, they're doing great. Go IVE.
Yeah. Yes, go IVE. So that's a group that I just could talk about endlessly. Why don't you talk about a group that you could talk about endlessly? Do you need a suggestion? Like, do you need direction, or do you already have one in mind?
I mean, yeah, like I have my go-tos. Like, can I talk about more than one?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, because I mean, I don't know how much I could say about one specific group. So obviously, I'll start by talking about MONSTA X, because we all saw that coming, right? Shonu, Honey, we already know. They deserve more appreciation. I don't know why everybody doesn't recognize what they're bringing to not just MONSTA X, but K-pop. They're adding so much, and I feel like they need more recognition. And I want to talk about Gambler, because, it's one of my favorite music videos. It's one of my favorite MONSTA X songs. Is it my favorite MONSTA X song? I don't know, but it's really good. And Monster Truck, Beast Mode, the classics that I forget about, Jealousy, that's a good one, but I literally forget about the existence of that. But when it comes on, it's good. Drama Rama, sure.
I like Jealousy, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, MONSTA X is just a good group for the most part. And sorry. And they're a good group, and I don't really even I don't watch their content all the time, but I've seen some Moan channels. I've seen some behind content. Lipstick Prince, I've seen that. Everybody should be watching Lipstick Prince if only they had a way to watch it. It's just such a good show. Shonu is so funny on it, but he's not even trying to be funny. He just is, but it's not like I'm laughing at him, but it's he has that vibe, and it's just so Shonu, and it's just and when he at the ITZY and MONSTA X, well, obviously they don't go anymore because that's a whole thing. But when they went and Shonu was running and he can't run in the circles, it's just, that's just Shonu's charm, right?
Yeah. I've seen the clips.
Okay, and so yeah, I may not be the most Mon Bebe out there, but I like what they're doing. I enjoy their dynamic, and something that I really appreciate about MONSTA X is that the members cultivate a good fan environment. The members aren't afraid to speak out against, well, I guess multiple things, but they're not afraid to put their fans in their place. They keep them in line. They keep them in check, and they're gonna call them out and be like, hey, you shouldn't be acting like that towards this other group. You shouldn't be disrespecting this other group or the other fans. You need to treat everybody properly, and especially Honey or even Minhyuk. I saw a clip of Minhyuk one time on some radio show or something. I don't know what it was. You'd probably know, but I don't know what it was. But he was calling out the fans or something. I don't really remember, but you know, he's going to say, hey, you shouldn't be acting like that. And so I think if more groups would do that, maybe it would help keep the, you know, toxic fan behavior under control a little bit more.
Yeah, because I do because it must be because they do that. I do always only hear good things about Monbebe. Like, I feel like they have good relationship with other fan bases and stuff. Like, I know that they and Carrots have a really good relationship with each other. And so, yeah, maybe if more groups did that, then there would be other fan bases that have a really good image. I mean, from what I've seen and heard, it seems like Monbebe always have a good, like, people think well of them.
Yeah. So MONSTA X is really good. You know, you should watch more MONSTA X content, like Meowers, but also Desmonezda. Desmonezda. And so, yeah, MONSTA X is good. But you know who else is good? ITZY. Okay? And ITZY...
Have you heard 25/8 by Yeji?
I have.
Okay.
I don't like it as much as you, but it's a good song. I don't know why people stopped caring about ITZY. They still make good stuff, better even. Can I just say, like, they're getting better. It's not like they're getting worse. And for some reason, there's so much hype around these newer groups, right? These 5th gen groups, the 4th gen. Is ITZY 4th gen? I don't know. Whatever. You know, all these newer groups are getting so much attention, and people are acting like ITZY is just the most irrelevant thing ever until it's convenient for them to care about ITZY, right? And so it's just really annoying because ITZY is so good. ITZY is 5, by the way. Like, we'll keep saying that. ITZY is 5. Get over it. Leah has always been good. Okay? People act like they suddenly have to praise Leah, you know, and talk about how much she's improved after her hiatus. And, you know, she probably did improve to some extent, but she was never really lacking the way people constantly made it seem like she was. You were just ignoring her probably, and like, you're comparing a main vocalist with main dancers. It's not even the same thing. So that whole discussion is just absolutely unbelievable that people are even having. And people, I don't know why they ignore ITZY, because what did they ever do wrong? They didn't do anything wrong. True. They deserve recognition. Mafia in the Morning, Cheshire, those are title tracks that people just completely disregard. I don't know why, because they're so good. And Sneakers, that whole thing, people hating on Sneakers is just also so ridiculous. It's so fun, and there's so much.
Bet on Me?
Bet on Me, yeah. So Bet on Me is good. But like, the ones that people just, their last comeback, what even happened with that? Like, Imaginary Friend was so emotional and so powerful, and did anybody even know that it came out? Like, did anybody pay it attention for more than like a day?
No. It was so good though.
It's so good. And I feel like people just complain about too much, and they complain about nothing that's actually worth complaining about, especially when it comes to ITZY. And, you know, I don't even, again, like, I don't even, like, fully stan ITZY, but I just know, like, I just can tell, like, they're one of the good groups, right? Like, they're one of the good ones, and even their B-sides, like, I'm not super familiar with a lot of their B-sides. Swipe is really good. Swipe is good, and, like, yeah, ITZY is really good. ITZY is 5, and they deserve recognition still. They didn't fall off. You're just not paying enough attention.
Wow. Okay. Meowers out there. That, everyone stay calm. That was a lot of strong emotions there, but I'm not untrue. That was valid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess I actually, like, I feel the need to bring up one more group while I'm just getting this moment.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to talk about TIOT.
Okay.
Because why, like, this is kind of like an underappreciated episode, like an episode about underappreciation almost, right? Because
sure, I guess you can do that.
Like, TIOT MONRIIZE is so good. TIOT they're doing so good, but, like, where are they? They deserve just as much attention as the other Boys Planet groups, the other people from that show. And sure, maybe I wasn't on board, like, with all the people when they were on Boys Planet, but I'm here now. MONRIIZE was just so good. It started with Unbeatable, actually. I didn't know that it would be so good, but it was. And then do we remember their music videos? Like, all their music videos are just so, like, emotional, and they're so sweet, and they're so, like, nice, and so it's just, they're doing so good, and I think that people should pay more attention to them, because what are they doing wrong, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they were good. I don't think I felt as strongly about them as you do, but they were definitely, they did a good job with all of it.
Yeah, every time the MONRIIZE, like, every time it comes on, it's such a good song, but the music video, I had to go back to it again, and it's still so good. So good. So, yeah, how about
Stan Pentagon?
Sure, Stan Pentagon, of course. Is there anything else that you want to mention or discuss before we discuss the actual part switches? Maybe you're looking for guidance, or maybe you just want to move on?
I think I kind of, I've said enough. Let's just move on to some part switches. So why don't we start with the Pentagon part switch versions? They've done a couple, and we're going to start with their Shine part switch version, Stan Pentagon. But would you like to go first, or would you like me to talk about it? It's going to be kind of casual.
Okay, why don't you go ahead?
Okay, I'd just like to say Yenon deserves more.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, he got to have some more parts because it's a part switch. So that was great. But, like, why could he not have that many parts from the start?
Fair.
Don't really understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I also would like to just mention that I do miss Shinwon. I can't believe he's still in the military, and it's going to be so much longer still. Shinwon is iconic.
Till, like, September or something, right?
Yeah. I think so. He's an icon, and we miss him, and we're waiting for him to come back. But yeah, through watching this, and honestly, like, the other part switch version as well, I guess we can maybe kind of talk about them at the same time.
Yeah,
the other one is Humph that we're going to be talking about. They're both, like, kind of a mess, but they're fun. Like, and I think that that's the way that part switches kind of are the best, is when they're very chaotic like that. And I mean, there were so many people, like, so many people, right? So it's like, and it's just kind of crazy that, like, even though Yuto had a different part, I still somehow didn't ever see him until he came up. Like,
still super irrelevant, kid, and it's you know, our nickname. Okay, it's like, no offense to Yuto, but it's from Shine way back.
We love Yuto.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like with the Humph one, like Jinho and Roni, they were like in it, you know, they were really in it. I think Kino, it was pretty easy for him, but like obviously it's going to be easy for him because he does the choreography so much. And I mean, Yenon should have been there, but yeah, they were chaotic, kind of a mess, but fun. Like, what did you think?
Yeah, I agree. Like, they were fun. It really just made me like miss Pentagon. Like, let's just get Pentagon back, right? And you know, in the Humph one, when Roni did Jinho's high note, it made me like, you know, miss when Roni did that. Like, it's so funny he would do that a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so that was good. And when Yawon stepped forward off of the couch in Humph, that made me nervous for a second. Like, and it looked like it was gonna, like, you know, tip backwards. I was like, oh, like that, you know, that was like, it made me a little bit nervous. And also, I'm not gonna say who, but there was maybe one or maybe two people that weren't like really matching the mood. I'd say. But yeah. Okay. I do think that Humph should be appreciated more. It's a good song.
It's so good.
It's a lot of fun. And the Shine part switch, Hui being Tony, that was fun, right?
Definitely.
And the Hui Yenon part, I liked that. That was pretty good. And yeah, Pentagon is so good. Pentagon with Yenon, of course, is, you know, even better. And yeah. The styling though for Shine, I'll just say it is pretty weird.
Okay, Stan Pentagon. Let's move on to MONSTA X Fighter part switch version. Obviously, had to include this one for you. It's like your most ubiquitous part switch version, so don't worry, we're going to talk about it, and you can absolutely start. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yes. MONSTA X Fighter part switch. Yes, the dance practice is good. Yes, I love that they did it for their concert or, you know, fan meeting, fan con, whatever it was. I think it was probably a fan con. I don't know. But yeah, all that is great. But what I really want to highlight here, and maybe this is pulling from stuff that's too far from the actual part switch, but the recording of the part switch is what makes the actual part switch even more iconic. So you can watch this on the MONSTA X YouTube. It's Moon Channel episode 86, and Wonho and Ju Honey are guiding the re-recording of everyone's parts for the part switch. And it's so funny, but it's also so good, and it's so interesting. When I listen to Fighter now, I feel like I really hear like the moments from the part switch recording. Like, there's just so much that happens in that, and it kind of just sticks with you. It is a little unfortunate because Shonu's barely in it because he has Hyungwon's parts, but it's still really good. Ju Honey teaching Hyungwon is so good. When it cuts to him suddenly having pulled up the karaoke and he's just singing the song, like he's just singing the part to Hyungwon, that's really funny. Minhyuk absolutely coming for Wonho too. We can't forget about that. He will not let him rest. And this might surprise you, but the I am Minhyuk Wonho part, Ju Honey and Shonu aren't involved in this section, but this section is probably my favorite because there's just a lot of iconic moments here, and the Wait Now recording part is like especially funny. Like that's really iconic.
I do remember there being a lot of funny parts in that you showed me. I didn't rewatch that for this. I kind of just watched like the basic stuff. And I do think it's really cool that they like fully did it.
Yeah.
And Hyungwon and Minhyuk like doing the rap parts. That was really crazy. And like Joohoney, I remember the first time that I saw that and like heard that Joohoney could sing like that and do those things. Like that's really impressive and really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's really impressive.
Yeah, when Wonho was like directing Joohoney for the parts, he had to cover Kihyun's part, and there's like an ad lib, and he like, you know, he's like, oh, I got to do this ad lib here, and he just belts the note out, and you're like, wow, like it's really funny, but he does such a good job, and it just seems so natural for him. So yeah, Joohoney is just like really proving once again why he shouldn't be underappreciated. And so it's just really good. But going back to the dance practice, I love like the clappiness and the snappiness of it. Like the beginning when they like clap, that's just so satisfying. And I should probably watch Fighter more because it is really good. And I have to point out though that Shonu clearly did not get the memo for the dress code. Like, he showed up in jeans and a white t-shirt while literally everyone else is wearing like dark clothes. And to be fair, IM did have some denim. He did have some denim. But also, Joohoney with the winter hat and Hyungwon with the scarf. Like, I don't know why they were dressed for winter time. But, yeah, I don't think I would know it was a part switch if I didn't know the original. Like, they do such a good job.
Yeah. They definitely do. Yeah, it seems like it could be, like, that could just be the way that the song is. And, I mean, doesn't Shonu, like, always kind of wear a white shirt and jeans? Isn't that kind of, like, his outfit?
I mean, like, he wears T-shirts. Yeah, that is a very Shonu look. So, I guess it makes sense. But still, it's a dance practice, you know. We're so used to getting the styled looks, and it just... I don't know.
Okay, well, that was great. Thank you so much for sharing how much you love MONSTA X Fighter part switch version. But now we're going to move on. It's time for us to go to RIIZE Boom Boom Bass part switch version. This is just a classic dance practice with them picking the roles beforehand. And I'm going to start this time, so I'll just go into it. So first of all, Anton. Did we all see Anton? Because he was there. So I just want to mention that. And he did a great job, of course. And also Wanbin. Wanbin as well. I don't really have anything to say about him, but I wanted to mention that he's there. I mean, they're all there. They all did a good job. This one, it was mainly like the same parts for a lot of the dance, but just with positioning being different. So that part, you know, was kind of everybody just would do the dance. But like the parts with the duos or the solo choreography, like where someone had to do something different, I thought that was pretty fun. And the facial expressions that some of the members were really bringing to try to channel the other members, I thought that they were really nailing it. And I thought that, you know, how they were kind of like not really picking on each other, but, you know, kind of that like fun element to it. Brought a nice element. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of all.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's not the best part switch. It's not the worst. I do like how, like, that's an interesting point about this one. Like, sure, it's maybe less interesting because so much of the dance is the same, like everybody's doing the same thing, but they didn't run into the common part switch problem where people just sort of stand there lost and confused even though everybody's doing the same move anyway. So it's like, really, you could just find an open spot and do the move that you usually do. They didn't do that, so that it did like improve the quality of the part switch a little bit. I don't know why they like all like, I mean, obviously, like, I know because, like, they were watching it on a phone, so that's why. But, like, it was funny the way they all gathered around the tiny phone and, like, were laying on the ground to review the dance. Everybody was really freaking out, really worried about having to get Shitaro's part, especially Sungchan, and he ended up getting it. And I don't know. There wasn't that much of a difference to me. Like, between Sungchan doing that part and between Shitaro doing it. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, he was going out there. He was, like, it looked fine to me. He was doing the dance break, but he was, like, freaking out about having to cover it. And also, you know, did Shitaro really need to be that surprised at getting Wonbin's part? I mean, he's a main dancer, too. Out of everyone there, he could easily cover it. So, I just wanted to know those things. But yeah, it was fine. Like it was pretty much just like boom boom bass because everybody did a good job. Yeah. Also, Wonbin really seemed to be enjoying it, so that was nice.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's move on then to ITZY Wannabe. This one is very similar setup to that other one. They pick their parts at the beginning and then they do the dance practice. I don't know, it didn't show that they had time to review beforehand. So it wasn't like the RIIZE one in that sense. But why don't you start with ITZY Wannabe?
Okay. Basically, I thought this was pretty good. Like, it, in the fact that it was enjoyable to watch, but they didn't really do the best job. It was like, kind of like the Pentagon ones, a bit chaotic, very chaotic, especially at the end. But it made me remember how good Wannabe is. You know, good song, good dance. Leah, she was a little lost, but she was having fun, and that's what counts, right? Ryujin, she was in like performance mode for the whole first half, but then it got so chaotic that even she broke a little bit. Poor Chae-ryung almost lost an arm, but I like how everyone all made sure to still get their little moment for the camera. And yeah, I thought it was enjoyable to watch, and I really like Leah's hair up in a bun. It looks really nice, but I don't know why Yuna is styled like that. Like, I get that they're pulling in the yellow from Yeji's outfit and Ryujin's outfit, like, here and there, like, it sort of makes sense, but they didn't also have to pair the boots. They maybe thought it was adding to the boldness of it all, but it was just a little too bold. Like, I get that the concept of the song is bold, but it was too much of a look for me.
Okay. I agree with a lot of what you said, but I mean, I thought that this one was just like, it was really fun. They're having a good time. I think that Leah is just really relatable, you know, just sort of being shuffled through the members like that. Like, you know, where is she going in life? Is, you know, it's like a good, it could be used as like a meme clip or something to be like she's like the ping pong ball, not the ping pong ball, pinball machine sort of thing. I thought it was just pleasant, good time. Yeah, Ryujin and Chae-ryung, they really weren't like having any difficulties. And Yuna, she was really channeling Ryujin, like really, like she's just like, this is my time. And their outfits, like the fact that they did it in styled, you know, music video outfits, I actually thought was fun. Like, I don't think I would want that for regular dance practices, obviously, but just for them to kind of randomly be like that for that one thing, I kind of liked to be able to see them in those outfits like for another time, because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, then let's move on to AB6IX The Answer. I don't know. Do you want to start? Do you want me to start with this one?
I better start with this one.
Oh, okay.
I better start.
So this is the answer part switch, kind of like a dance practice, but it was like a special video, sort of celebration video. So it's like it has an extra purpose. Go ahead.
Okay. It honestly, it makes it a little bit better that it was like a special thing, because if they just did this like for something else, even if it was just like a regular part switch, it would have been too much for me. But you know, I can let it slide a little bit since it was something special for the fans. But the answer is like probably my favorite AB6IX song. Like that, this is an AB6IX song that I'm fine with. But I actually don't really like the choreography in general. So it's a little hard to judge the part switch on accuracy, but I can judge it on other things. And so I'll say I don't like the cute concept that they've gone for with the hair and the overalls. It was just a little bit too much for me. And yeah, I'll leave that at that. I did think it was enjoyable though. Again, like the part switches, right? It's like they're going to be enjoyable to some extent because that's the purpose. It's supposed to be fun. And I did like the live singing and rapping that was happening. And of course, Woojin, you know, he was doing a good job. He's you know, I kind of forget about, you know, his funny charm, but we've got to recognize that.
Yeah. Okay. I think that the apple hair and the overalls, they really added a lot to this. Like, this is just as chaotic as we would all expect from AB6IX. You know, like we really, the pushing, the screaming, right? Like, I mean, maybe it wasn't that severe, but really this is what everyone knows that they're gonna get when they watch an AB6IX video, and they delivered. And the apple hair and the overalls, like, it really just, once again, you know, it just adds this extra level onto everything. So I think that was a really great choice. I just love that they were having fun with it. Rapping all of Woojin's parts, like, how iconic. And Donghyun, like, also did a great job. And I liked how the dancers too, like, even they looked like they were having some fun with it and stuff. I just feel like more people, because this was a celebration video for their stuff doing well, and like, you know, we needed to keep that momentum. Like, more people need to stan AB6IX. More people need to have their eyes on this group. Like, you know, you said Woojin and his funniness and stuff like that. Like, their dynamic is so great in such a chaotic way that, like, their content is good, their backstage stuff is good, the vocals are so good. Once again, let me bring up but the dancing as well, and the choreography and how Woojin choreographs, like, everything, like, it's all just so good. And their stage performances can be really good, but they don't get enough stage performances anymore, you know? So yeah, I mean, the answer, it's not even my favorite AB6IX song, but this part switch version, it was a fun, good, chaotic time.
All right. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. I think, you know, there are some good, iconic things happening in all of these part switches that we're talking about, but we do only have time to talk about one more part switch today, and so we're going to talk about 17's left and right part switch.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead?
Okay, so this part switch is an important one for us to talk about and bring up, because I feel like it is the most reminiscent of what we're doing right now, because each member is sort of trying to take on the personality and almost the memeability factor of the member that they've switched parts with. So it's more than just doing the dance or the song. It's really about embodying that other person. Hoshi did an amazing job, as always, of course. But honestly, the entire performance team really did a great job. Wanwoo, like, are you kidding me? Like, basically, the references, the specific personality and moment references that every member brought to the table here for Carrots is just really, like, we were eating it up. It was so good. June with the guitar, like,
I was wondering what was up with that.
yeah, because Josh, he plays the guitar, you know, like the iconic references. And when Sung Kwang kicks at the beginning, he does this roundhouse kick almost, very unexpected, but hilarious. It's just like, it's obvious that this was a more planned version of a part switch, but it's less about them like, oh, can we do the other part and can we get the choreography right? And more about embodying the other people. And like, if you know, like, all of the references are so good.
Okay, I will agree and say, like, this one was pretty good. I like left and right, but at the same time, the things that you've said are precisely the problem with this part switch. I'm only saying it's a problem because as somebody who's not a carrot, I was a little confused on what exactly was happening. Like, I couldn't enjoy it to the fullest extent, I think, because there wasn't even any indication for me to know who was who. They didn't have like a moment at the beginning where they explained it and they weren't wearing name tags or anything like that. And so you kind of have to know, you kind of have to be in it to be able to get the references. Luckily, somebody did leave a comment and I was able to, sort of try and understand what was happening, maybe try to pick up on some of the references here and there. But like, I think they did a good job and I could definitely tell that it like was very savage, and I liked that they did it the way that they did it because it was a very unique approach for them to completely embody the other person. I really liked that about it. I was not expecting that from Minghao at the beginning. Like, that took me by surprise, but it was really funny. He's really iconic. But yeah, it would have just been even more funny if I was a little bit more familiar with the group.
That's understandable. I can see that, especially with how many people that they have in the group.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is it for today. That's all we're going to be talking about with the part switch versions. And we hope that all of you meowers out there really did enjoy this episode of us switching parts. And so if you did enjoy it, please make sure to like this video. And also, if you are not already, please subscribe to the BlushCat channel and turn on the notifications.
Yes, and actually, please, everyone, be sure to leave a comment. See, I can do it. Leave a comment and tell us, like, if you were able to pick up on any of, like, tell us the highlights. Like, tell us if you picked up on the nuances of what we were saying when we switched roles,
Okay, yes, that was very unexpected, but thank you. Okay, and yeah, so I guess that's everything. Make sure to check us out on all platforms, Spotify as well. We have stuff there. And thank you all so much for listening. Remember to always stay meowing.
Thank you for listening.
This has been Desmonezda.
And me. Bye.
Meow 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 meow.